Well, good evening once again. Day 1380 of the Trump administration. 4 days until Election Day. It will be 3 days here in the East by the end of this hour. The presidential campaign is at its height. So sadly is the uncontrolled pandemic in our country. We set another grim record today. Over 98,000 new cases of coronavirus just today, breaking yesterday's record of over 90,000. A new model from the Institute of Health Metrics out the University of Washington says just under 400,000 of us could die of this virus by February 1. And worse, without any new mandates, that number could reach over 500,000 in a hurry. The scale of the pandemic and its rapid resurgence shows up on this map. Nearly every state is affected. Confirmed cases are well past 9.1 million now, the death toll rising steadily, now over 230,000 Americans. This latest wave being felt in the states that will be key to deciding this election, particularly the upper Midwest, where the candidates spent this day. Trump and Biden held rallies in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Trump also went to Michigan, while Biden stopped in Iowa. Trump leaned even further into his message about the virus essentially being over, while Biden went on the attack and made his case that will get the nation past this virus.
It's always cases are up and people go crazy, you know. No, it's you live with it and you have and you know what to do. We understand it now. You got to understand it. But we're making that beautiful turn. If you get it, you're going to get better. And then you're going to be immune and it's a whole thing and it goes away. But the vaccines will help. Biden wants to keep everyone locked up. There will be no school, no graduations, no weddings, no Thanksgiving, no Christmas, no 4th of July, no Easter, no nothing. There will be no future for America's youth.
Donald Trump refuses to listen to science. Unlike Donald Trump, will not surrender to this virus. I'm going to put in place a plan to deal with this pandemic responsibly, which I laid out back in March, bringing the country together around testing, tracing, masking. It's estimated by the leading doctors in this country that if we just wore a mask for the next few months, we'd save over 100,000 lives. This isn't a political statement like those ugly folks over there beeping the horns. This is a patriotic duty, for God's sake.
Trump's rallies today again took little note of health guidelines in light of the coronavirus. This afternoon, in fact, he was asked about that.
Mr. President, do you think it's at all dangerous to be holding these big rallies while the numbers are going up here?
No, I don't at all, no. And they're outdoor rallies. They're all outdoor.
Trump was not pleased about the fact that Minnesota officials limited his rally to 250 people for health reasons. Just to keep things fair, he visited the overflow crowd that was under no such restrictions, which, of course, kind of defeats the purpose. It was his shortest rally of the day, about 25 minutes or so of grievances, during which he lashed out at state leaders, later sent out this message, and we quote, "Your far-left Dem Attorney General and your Dem governor tried to shut down our rally, silence the people of Minnesota, take away your freedom of assembly. They thought we would cancel, but I said, no way. I will never abandon the people of Minnesota." Tonight, we're learning that the virus is surging while this goes on. Politico saying the head of the White House task force, Vice President Mike Pence, hasn't been on the job. They report, quote, "When Mike Pence first took charge of the White House coronavirus task force, among his earliest moves was establishing a standing call with all 50 governors aimed at closely coordinating the nation's pandemic fight. Yet, as the U.S. confronts its biggest COVID-19 surge to date, Pence hasn't attended one of those meetings in over a month." Meanwhile, a former FDA commissioner today had this alarming warning.
We're starting to find ourselves on a steep slope of the epidemic curve. You have an expanding epidemic across the country. The epidemic doubling time has fallen to about 80 days. So this is starting to accelerate across the country.
And as for the state of the race itself, a new Fox poll shows that Biden's lead over Trump has narrowed slightly to 8 points. Another survey reflects Americans' concerns about post-election day. 3/4 of voters surveyed say they're worried about potential violence. This weekend, Trump and Biden will continue making their case to voters. Here's what we know right now. Trump will hold rallies in 6 states on Saturday and Sunday. He's got a total of 14 of them planned through Election Day. On Saturday, Obama joins Biden in Michigan. Biden will also spend Sunday campaigning in his home state of Pennsylvania, a big political prize on Election Day.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.